What actually happens inside your liver when you stop drinking alcohol for 30 days? Deep inside your body, at the level of cells, blood, enzymes, different reactions and changes occurs. Here's the surprising part. Your liver doesn't just bounce back overnight. Instead, it begins a series of subtle shifts. Some happen within days, others may take weeks, and some, they depend entirely on you. In the next few minutes, we're going inside your body to visualize what may be happening step by step, starting from the moment alcohol leaves your system all the way to day 30. And what we find around week 3 might surprise you. Your liver is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It filters blood, processes nutrients, breaks down substances, including alcohol. Inside, millions of tiny units handle this workload. Blood flows through them constantly, carrying oxygen, nutrients, and toxins. Once it enters your bloodstream, it travels straight to the liver. And this is where things change, because your liver treats alcohol as a priority. It starts breaking it down immediately using specialized enzymes. But that process isn't neutral. It creates intermediate compounds and increases metabolic demand. Now here's the key question. What happens when this process repeats over and over again? Let's pause for a second, because the story doesn't really start with drinking. It starts when you stop. The moment alcohol intake stops, your liver shifts gears. No more incoming alcohol to process. That alone changes the workload. Enzymes that were focused on alcohol metabolism may begin redirecting toward other tasks. Blood continues to flow through the liver, but without the same chemical pressure. At first, nothing dramatic, no instant transformation, but beneath the surface, the environment is already different, and this sets up everything that follows. So what's the first thing that might begin to change? It's not what most people expect. Inside liver cells, enzyme activity may begin to rebalance. Think of it like a factory that suddenly has fewer urgent orders. Processes don't stop, they reorganize. At the same time, some research contexts suggest that inflammatory signaling may begin to shift. Not disappear, not instantly drop, but gradually adjust. Visually, this could look like a reduction in stress signals within liver tissue. Subtle, slow, but important. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the next change involves something you can't see, but it plays a major role. Alcohol is often associated with changes in how the liver processes fat. Inside liver cells, small fat droplets can accumulate under certain conditions. When alcohol intake stops, those dynamics may begin to shift. Not instantly clearing, not guaranteed, but in some cases, redistribution or gradual reduction may begin over time. This is one of the areas researchers often watch closely, and it connects directly to what happens next, because deep inside each liver cell, there's a structure that controls energy itself, and it may respond faster than you think. Mitochondria, tiny structures responsible for energy production. They help power the liver's constant activity. When metabolic demand changes, their behavior may change too. Some generalized interpretations suggest they may begin operating more efficiently when alcohol is no longer a constant factor. Again, this isn't a switch flipping on, it's gradual, but energy balance inside the cell may begin stabilizing. Let's move forward, day by day, into the first week. By the end of week 1, early adjustments may still be unfolding, nothing extreme, but internally processes are no longer reacting to alcohol exposure. They're adapting to its absence. Enzyme activity, cellular signaling, energy use, all continuing to recalibrate. And here's the key. This phase looks different for everyone, but week 2 is where patterns may start becoming more noticeable. Around the second week, some general observations suggest a continued shift toward metabolic balance. Liver cells may appear more stable in function, less reactive, more consistent. Again, this is not guaranteed, but it's often described as a continuation of earlier internal adjustments. And now we approach a turning point, because what happens next is often misunderstood. By week 3, some interpretations suggest that cellular repair processes may become more active. Membranes, internal structures, functional systems, not rebuilding from scratch, but maintaining and restoring where possible. It's subtle. You wouldn't feel this happening, but at a microscopic level, activity may be shifting toward maintenance instead of constant response. So what does all of this lead to by day 30? This is where expectations and reality don't always match. At around 30 days, some individuals may show measurable physiological changes, others may not, because the liver's response depends on many factors: previous alcohol exposure, overall health, genetics, lifestyle.